Ra, the sun god and primordial creative force, occupies the supreme throne of the Egyptian pantheon. Emerging from the chaotic ocean of Nun, he shaped the cosmos and set existence in motion. Every dawn, he crosses the sky in his solar boat, bringing light and vitality. At nightfall, he descends into the underworld, where he fights the serpent of chaos, Apep, ensuring that the sun rises again. A myth tells that Ra, now elderly, grew weary of ruling over men. When humanity rebelled against him, he sent the fierce goddess Sekhmet to punish them, but her wrath ran wild. To stop the massacre, Ra dyed beer red and spread it across the fields. Sekhmet, believing it to be blood, drank it until she was drunk and calmed down. After this, Ra left the earth and ascended to the heavens, leaving the government in the hands of the pharaohs. Osiris was a just king and god of agriculture in life, who taught humans to cultivate the land and live in civilization. His kindness aroused the envy of his brother Set, who tricked him, locked him in a sarcophagus, and threw him into the Nile. Although Isis managed to recover the body, Set tore it apart and scattered the fragments throughout Egypt. With the help of Nephthys and Anubis, Isis reassembled him and brought him back to life. Unable to return to the earthly world, Osiris became lord and judge of the afterlife, a symbol of rebirth. Anubis, the jackal god of mummification, is the guide of souls after death. He oversees the judgment of the heart, where each spirit is weighed against Ma'at's feather. According to one story, when looters desecrated a sacred tomb, Anubis pursued them with the ferocity of a jackal, recovered the stolen objects, and restored order among the dead. Isis, goddess of magic, motherhood, and protection, represents loyalty and wisdom. After Osiris's death, she traveled tirelessly throughout Egypt to gather his remains and revive him through powerful spells. In another legend, she managed to obtain Ra's secret name by curing him of snake venom, acquiring immense magical power to protect her son Horus. Horus, the falcon god of royal power and order, was raised in secret to avoid Set's wrath. Upon reaching maturity, he challenged his uncle in a series of brutal battles to avenge his father. In one battle, he lost his left eye, which was later restored as the Eye of Horus, an emblem of healing and protection. After his victory, Horus ascended to the throne, legitimizing the divine mandate of the pharaohs. Set, god of the desert, storms, and chaos, embodies both destruction and defense. Although he is remembered for murdering Osiris, every night he protects Ra's boat by fighting Apep. His prolonged conflict with Horus marked a mythical era, which ended when the gods proclaimed Horus as the legitimate king, restoring balance to Egypt. Ma'at, goddess of truth and universal order, maintains the harmony of the cosmos. When Isfet, the personification of chaos, attempted to impose himself, Ma'at created a perfect framework where stars, rivers, and life coexisted in balance. Each attack only reinforced the structure, proving that order is more resilient than chaos. Thoth, god of wisdom, writing, and the moon, invented hieroglyphics and recorded divine decisions. In a famous myth, he defeated Jansu in a game of Senet and obtained additional moonlight, with which he created 5 extra days in the calendar, allowing for the birth of Osiris, Isis, Set, Nephthys, and Horus. Hathor, goddess of love, music, and joy, also had a wild side. When she left Egypt in the form of a lioness, chaos spread across the land. Ra sent Thoth, who, with gentle words and praise, managed to appease her and convince her to return, restoring harmony. Bastet, goddess of the home and protection, defended Egypt when Set released poisonous snakes throughout the land, spreading fear among the people. Taking the form of a relentless lioness, she hunted them down and destroyed them without mercy. After restoring safety, she returned as a serene cat, becoming the silent guardian of homes, families, and everyday harmony. Khnum, the ram-headed creator, molded men and animals on his potter's wheel using sacred clay from the Nile.
With divine hands, he perfected each form before breathing life into them. For this reason, he was revered as the supreme craftsman of creation, responsible for both the body and spirit of living beings. Hapi, god of the Nile floods, embodied the fertility, abundance, and sustenance of Egypt. His presence guaranteed generous harvests and stability for the people. When the waters stopped rising, Hapi released the blocked flow of the river, bringing life back to the fields, restoring greenery, and ensuring the prosperity of the kingdom. Nephthys, goddess of night and protection, watched over the living and the dead in times of transition. Present at funerals and births, she assisted Isis in sacred rituals and acted as a link between worlds, offering comfort to wandering souls.
Sobek, the feared crocodile god, embodied the wild force of the Nile and chaos kept under control. His power inspired both fear and respect among mortals. When a monstrous spirit emerged to corrupt the waters, Sobek confronted it without hesitation, defeated it, and chained it as guardian of the river, turning a deadly threat into a protective barrier for Egypt. Amon, the invisible god, represented the hidden energy that sustains the universe and shapes destiny. Although he could never be seen, his presence was manifested in temples, rituals, and sacred oracles. From the shadows, he guided the pharaohs, reinforced their divine authority, and ensured that order was maintained, even when its origin remained hidden. Ptah, god of creation and craftsmen, brought the world into being through thought and speech. Gods and men sprang from his divine mind. As patron of builders, he inspired creation as a sacred act of balance. Khonsu, moon god and healer, regulated time and protected night travelers. In one story, his light healed a dying pharaoh, consolidating his cult as a restorer of life. Taweret, goddess of childbirth, protected mothers and newborns in their most fragile moments. Amulets bearing her image guarded homes, warding off evil spirits and ensuring safe births. Remenutet, goddess of food and destiny, watched over the harvests and the survival of the people. During a great drought, she manifested herself as a cobra and restored fertility to the land, renewing hope. Mahes, the lion god of war and protection, personified the fury of the sun at its zenith. When an eclipse demon tried to devour the sun, Mahes confronted it and restored the light, preserving order in Egypt. This is the end of this myth. Tell us which one you want to be next. See you soon.